way Smith-Kotzen came together is I was actually over at Adrian's house.
Well, I live part-time on the west coast of America in California. Got to know Richie. Actually, my wife was a fan of his music, and she sort of turned me on to his music, and bumped into him, and then we became friends. We go out to dinner with our wives. Then we had a few jam sessions at my house. I've got a few amps and guitars and a little bit of a music room where I live in America. So and we got a great, we jammed Bad Company and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Free and all that sort of thing. So, we obviously had a lot in common musically.
Hanging out, having a lot of fun. And we just kind of had the idea, let's try and write something. And we got together a few times, threw some ideas around. One thing led to another.
How would I describe the sound of Smith-Kotzen record? Well, there's a lot of, there's a bit of a blues influence, in what we do, hard rock, mixing that together. There's even a few sort of jazz fusion-y bits which Richie's put in there.
To me, the sound and the feel of the record has a real classic rock element, very much in line with the kind of music that I grew up listening to and I've always been a fan of. Actually, Maiden was one of the first bands that I really got into when I was young, and other bands like Free, Bad Company, and so I think it has kind of a blues-based rock element, but then, we do stretch out a little bit with the guitar playing.
We tried to put the emphasis on songs rather than sort of shredding over sort of just chord sequences. We're trying to craft songs that people will remember, stand the test of time, have good melodies, a good structure to them. Obviously, there's a lot of guitar on there. We put two guitarists in a studio, but we didn't want that to be the main feature. We wanted to feature it, don't get us wrong, because that's what we're known for. But we wanted it to, within the structure of the song. Sometimes at the end you'll get an extended guitar solo by myself or Richie. But the emphasis was on the songs, I think.
The songwriting process on this record was really between the two of us. It's a collaboration. I didn't bring in any songs that were previously written. He didn't either. We came up with everything pretty much on the spot.
It was a case of just getting up every morning and I think, I'd like to do a song like this today, this sort of tempo, just sitting around literally with guitars and one of us would play something and the other one would go, I like that, what was that? Let's work on that. Just really spontaneous.
Some songs start out with a drum beat, some start out with a guitar riff, vocal melody. So it's really this kind of fluid, flowing, kind of thing where he'll grab a guitar, I'll grab a bass, or I grab a guitar, and you sing something, and it just kind of works itself out.
No preconceptions really. If they were unspoken. I could tell, by watching Richie playing and singing his solo stuff, you can get an idea what he likes. There's obviously a strong blues thread and a hard rock, bit of funk. You bear that in mind, but it's not something you write out. We must do this and we must do that. Very spontaneous. People maybe would have been a bit surprised about the collaboration, which is a good thing. Why do something obvious? I must credit my wife, Natalie, with putting this together. She said, you should try it. I said, he writes his own songs, he sings his own stuff, he plays. But, I think we're quite different in our approaches to things, although we like the same kind of music. So it was an interesting collaboration. It could have gone horribly wrong with two guitarists, but, I'm pretty much a team player. And I think Richie might have enjoyed not having to do everything himself for a change, and having to share some of the weight.
It's actually very nice to be able to share lead vocals because I don't know that I've ever really been in a position that I shared vocals to this extent. So it's a lot of fun. It's really a fun project for me.
Deciding how to split up the vocals, again, it was very natural. For example, Scars, I was just noodling around, came up with that intro, and I started singing the verse pattern. And Richie came in with the drums and another vocal part, and we built it up. It wasn't like we sat around going, who's going to sing this? But it was very obvious.
The script did flip a couple of times, but in general, he would come up with a chorus line and sing it, or I'd come up with a chorus line and sing it.
Somebody would sing a verse, and then Richie would go, oh, I got a great idea for the chorus. He'd put the guitar chords down and then sing the chorus bit, and I'd say, well, what about a middle eight? How about this? You know, build it up again. You know, I think we both knew if it was working or not, and it was just very, very productive and very natural, and it just slotted into place really very easily.
It's this fluid thing, so to go back and dissect who did what, to be honest, I don't even know. This is a collaboration from the beginning to the end.
As far as future albums and with Richie, yeah, I'd love to think we could do more stuff. You know, I think there's a lot more to say. You know, in the direction we're going. I think we really hit on some good stuff there. Right. Yeah. Another one of them. In casual conversation, we've mentioned maybe writing a bit more, but we have time now, so we'll see. We'd definitely like to do some more stuff. Yeah.